Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I'm trying a new run, and I'm trying a new run as Belgium. This is a run that was recommended to me by a couple of different folks during our last round of what should I do for the next run. So let's take a look at what's going on in Belgium in 1936. We have Leopold of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha with Prince Leopold the Younger as his heir. He is tactful, he aligns with the intelligentsia, and he's a moderate, so that's interesting. Nothing particularly shocking there, but having an intelligentsia dork in the government is pretty good. Let me see. We got a legitimate government. We got the Free Trade Party and the Liberal Party in power, industrialists and the intelligentsia. It's a pretty good combination at game launch. We got a wealth-voting monarchy, interventionism and mercantilism. Mercantilism should probably go to something better, but the only option I've got right now is free trade. I don't want to do that right now immediately because my economy is not that big. Interventionism, though, is rock solid. Laissez-faire would probably be really good, but we'll need to see kind of how that goes. Let me see. Per capita taxation, homesteading, national militia. Interesting. Freedom of conscience, elected bureaucrats. This is a pretty strong start. Y'all were not kidding about this. This is a good start. I do have religious schools, but I can go to private or public. What are my chances of winning a fight against the, who do we have? The Catholic Church. Ooh, they're strong. Gonna be tough. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Institutions, we got level 2 education. That's not bad at all. I may hold off on increasing that until we can take it out of the hands of the Catholic Church, but we'll see. Because I do want to do a more liberal run. I ended up with Portugal going much more reactionary through the once the mid game got started. So I want to try to liberalize a little more than I did that time. So that's kind of where we are on the agenda. But the other thing I want to try to do is in the United States and in when we played as Russia, we did a lot of power block stuff. As the United States and as Portugal, I did none. So this time, I'm interested in trying to play around as a power block member. So the power blocks we've got around here are the British Empire, the Rossijskaya Imperia, the Zollverein, the Metternich system, and the Devleti Alia. I think I am probably going to align with the Zollverein, unless, of course, France decides it wants to create a power block, in which case potentially I'll align with them. Relations with France are rock solid. Well, their attitude's good. Let's go ahead and improve relations with them. Prussia we also need to improve relations with. Relationship with the Netherlands is bad. That's okay. I may conquer them. We'll see. We'll see how things go. I need some rivals to help me get some political power. So let's see. Who can I rival? Where's the rival button? Here we go. So, options are Lippe, Bavaria, Portugal, Schaumburg-Lippe, and Spain. Let's go with Schaumburg-Lippe and Lippe. I don't want to go buck wild with rivaling people for the moment. Close those out. And then relations with Great Britain are alright. We'll start improving them, and then... So, you see, that's all my immediate neighbors. Can I get Austria in there? No, I cannot. Can I get Spain in there? Not quite enough. Portugal's not a real-world power in this run. Can I put the United States in there? No, because I don't have an interest. What kind of interest capacity do I have? I think virtually none. Yeah. I've only got an interest in Iberia right now. Let's start one in North Germany. Can't do Russia. Let me see, we'll do a minor power. We'll need to wait until one of them declares an interest over here before we can do that. Because that's going to take some influence. So, next we'll take a look at our budget. We don't have any consumption taxes, so we'll definitely start with that. Services, absolutely. We're in Midland for taxation. Military wages will increase. That's functionally nothing. Because we got a national militia. Other consumption taxes. Let's go with liquor. And we'll go with... That's kind of all we can get. So we got a couple of good, solid blocks of authority to deal with. And I think the first one, I might just go ahead and set and put the Catholic Church under suppression, because I want to get them weaker so that I can safely move away from reactionary politics. We start with the landowners marginalized, which is a really, really big deal. The Agrarian Party is going to be an interesting animal in this run. Oh my goodness, I've gotten very close. I'm looking very closely at Moldavia right now. Next we'll look at tech. We do start in a fantastic position technologically. We start with railway, which is really bananas strong. We start with intensive agriculture. We're close to nitro. For military, we've already got general staff and percussion cap. So we've got the ability to do a modern military straight out the gate. And in fact, let's take a quick look at the 1st Belgian Army and make sure, yeah, we're on skirmish infantry right now. So getting some mobile artillery available is going to be a priority. We are in a national militia, though. So let's put together some conscripts. Let me see. Flanders and Wallonia. Let's do 10 levels of each. Then we'll do 5 levels of mobile arty as conscripts in each, and 5 levels of cav. It's going to be an expensive army to maintain at full strength, but it'll be fine. I'd like to get 2 eventually. Also, it looks like the Marine Royale doesn't have any leaders, so who can we put in charge here? We got a rural folk guy. He's a dockyard organizer. That's pretty good. Alright. So we'll need to get ourselves a navy eventually. How much construction capacity have we got? Quite a bit. Oh, that's why our finances are so good. We're not building anything. I don't know why I'm looking at that like it's sensible. So, wow, we got a good, solid industrial base game start. This is rad. Oh my goodness. Right away, I'm seeing a shortage of arms industries and get those over to general training. A shortage of arms industries and artillery foundries. So, let me see. Is that what I really want to build first, though? Or do I want to focus on increasing the iron supply? Let me see. There's going to be a lot more buy orders for iron as soon as I'm building something. Because I've got 2 levels of construction sectors. I don't know how much that is. Let's get started by building ourselves an iron mine. Ooh, we got a lot of iron capacity in Wallonia. So we'll start there. We'll build 2 levels of iron mines, and we'll see where that puts us. Schaumburg-Lippe declared a rivalry. Interesting. Let's see where they are on this map. Here we go. Lippe and Schaumburg-Lippe. They're over there. Alright, so they don't have any ability to mess with me. Got all of our basic journal entries. Have we got any arts academies to start with on game start? Looks like no. We've completed the atmospheric engine. Beautiful. I'm so good at stuff. I'm such a good player. The atmospheric engine. Through the widespread introduction of the atmospheric engine in the mining industry, productivity is at an all-time high. When steam first began to pump and wheels go round at so many revolutions per minute, what are called business habits were intended to make the life of a man run in harmony with the steam engine, and his movement rival the engine in punctuality. I'm sure we can squeeze a little bit more from these machines. 33% increased mine throughput. That's really strong. Or perhaps there's an even better way. 3.5k progress toward water tube boiler. Oh my goodness, I didn't pick a research. Let's get progress toward water tube boiler. So, okay, what was I supposed to be doing? Let's go ahead and start with... You see, water tube boiler is a good thing to start with. Baking powder is rock solid. Going towards mechanized workshops would be useful. Yeah, I think we'll start with water tube boiler. Then we'll go to nitro. Then we'll go through to mechanized workshops. So, also got a prosperous company. This is a steel mill and tooling company that increases railway throughput, which is pretty solid. Alright, so we are We are currently building... Okay, we have less than one entire iron mine worth of construction capacity. One entire building worth of construction capacity. Private sector is not currently producing... Private sector is producing something. Alright. So, I think right now we need to build ourselves some more construction sectors for sure. Let me see. That's going to put our iron usage way up, but that's okay. That's the intended outcome. So we'll go ahead and hit that button. And let's see. What else do I want to... I could get up to some chicanery early on. Oop. Raising concerns. In a second, I'll get up to some chicanery. Interest groups should have aligned at this point. Okay, feeling pretty solid. The intelligentsia have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clear air of Belgium with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed. Intelligentsia happy or industrialists mad. Or they need to accept we can't always please everyone. Oh, neither of these is good, because I want to keep engines of progress. But I'm going to go with this needs to be addressed. I'll get the intelligentsia a little happier. Hopefully I can get propagandists, and that'll be nice. So, let me see. We got a lot of diplomatic ties here. Sierra Leone, Finland. Interesting. Medina. That's Medina. Baltic government, Sardinia, Piedmont. Alright. There we go. I'll start improving relations with them. We got way more influence than we had before. So let's start some more relation improvement. We can improve relations with... Actually, Sardinia, Piedmont, you don't matter to me as much as the USA. Sorry, Sardinia, Piedmont, it's just the reality of things. Diplomatic ties with the Ottomans. Ooh, interesting. So, what's the over-under on me being able to take some territory from the Netherlands right now? Do we start the game with a truce? We do. We start the game with a truce for another 5 months. Alright, so that'll be fine. Maybe I'll get myself an ally. American attitude worsened. They're cautious. They saw me. They saw me plotting against the Netherlands. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Inefficient agriculture. The industrialists have started complaining about the existence of subsistence farms in Wallonia, stating that their undeniable inefficiency should be immediately addressed. The fertile soil of our people suffers, relegated to tired and calloused hands, too exhausted from manual labor to perform at a decent level, too poor to be able to use more advanced tools that would make them more profitable. This industry is just a useless investment. We should follow their advice. Increase migration attraction, upper star and pops become more radical, or they serve our purposes. The industrialists a little salty. I don't want to make a big habit of making the industrialists mad. I'm going to go with the first one. I hope 5% more radical upper stardom pops doesn't create a problem for me in the medium term, which it could. It very well could. So let me see. I think Wallonias are more... No, it's Flanders that's our most productive. Our largest state. But our upper classes mostly live in Wallonia, it looks like. Let me see. We got 9k pops for the upper classes in Wallonia. And then in Flanders, 10k. Oh, goodness. This is really interesting. So we've got some kind of population dynamic situation here. We've got some unprofitable businesses. Part of that is these textile mills are not as profitable as they could be. Need to take another look at the market, but let's look at this event first. Partisan papers. Party-affiliated newspapers have been proliferating during this election season. Publications associated with the Agrarian Party have been particularly effective in spreading the party line. Read all about it. Honest politicians attacked by shameless cowards. Leading candidate for office issues heartwarming appeal to the common man's heart. Man on campaign trail pets a puppy. Read all about it. They've used the papers brilliantly. 10% momentum. Ooh, that's the petit bourgeois. I don't necessarily want that. Or newspaper circulation through the roof. This is a boon for publishers. 20% paper mills throughput. Let's go with the second one. Alright, it looks like grain is quite expensive in my customs union right now. What do I have trade routes wise? I'm bringing in glass and liquor and dyes from Great Britain, as well as luxury clothes. I'm exporting, or no, I'm bringing in engines from Great Britain as well. I need native motor industries, and I need them real bad. Have I got the steel mills to support it? I do have steel mills, and I've got explosives factories. So, I think, let me see, plenty of infrastructure available in Flanders. I think I'll build up there. Let me see, we'll probably need one more set of iron mines to get where we want to go. Yeah, because I am making iron pretty expensive at this stage. So let's see what else is going on in the market. I need a source of porcelain. Do I have any glassworks at home? I do not. Alright, so I can fix up that. And I need a source of tea for the people. Let's get that from the British as well. Finances are rock solid, although they're going to get a lot worse once I keep building up my construction sectors. What do I have a lot of in the market? I've got a lot of luxury furniture, which I can absolutely export. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll send some of that to Russia and some to Portugal. That should increase prices and help the textile industries become more profitable. We got a little bit of food. Do we have our own food industries? We do. We got pot stills, but we don't have... We're still sort of overproducing liquor. Well, we're not overproducing liquor. We're bringing a bunch of it in from Great Britain. That's why we've got so much of it. We got a lot of sugar. We got a lot of munitions. Oh, we have native munitions industry. That's really solid, I hope. Nope, we do not. We need to get that started. And we have explosives factories, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's go ahead and queue one of those in Flanders as well. I'm kind of overbuilding Flanders, but overbuilding Flanders is Flanders is overbuilt, so, you know. Alright, how's my truce with... 11 more weeks, alright. With the Netherlands. Can I do some other imperialism? Who could I take in a fight? Potentially take Venezuela in a fight. Haiti, I definitely could. Alright, Central America has started to fracture already, so we got some opportunities there. Let's look at interests. Because I don't think I need this interest in Iberia. So where are my healthy targets? Healthy targets are the Arabian Peninsula and the Horn of Africa. Central America. I think the Arabian Peninsula is probably, or the Horn of Africa are probably good places to start. Wow, GDPs are really low in these areas. But, I mean, that's the nature of the beast. Easy to get doing what I want to do. So maybe, let's start. Oh, but I don't have a navy. I'll need a navy before I can really do that. And so far, I just have the Marine Royale, and it only has one... Oh. Did I lose did I lose diplomatic ties with Russia, or am I being embargoed, perhaps? Nope. I think I just lost diplomatic ties. Are they... No, they're cautious. We've got ties. We've got ties. I just don't have the influence to influence them right now. But that's okay. I don't necessarily need to do that straight out the gate. Let's queue in the construction of an actual navy before we go too far anywhere, though, because I'm going to do a 6-4 navy. I've only got one province that actually has naval anything in it. And then in order to support that, I'm going to need some shipyards. Do I have naval shipyards? I do not. So, we'll go ahead and start building those. What about wood extraction? Have I got any wood extraction? I do. And I've got some hardwood output, so naval shipyards should be able to operate. Alright, let's get going a little faster here. Still familiarizing myself with my basic situation. I need to get those motor industries running because these steel mills are a little bit unprofitable. Let me see. Iron is now expensive. That's as intended. We're doing what we want to do with that. And water tube boiler is definitely going to help with that situation. Another thing that will help is once we get nitro running. I definitely want... If I get fractional distillation and build some glassworks, I'll be able to end my dependence on British liquor, and that'll be nice. Producing a lot of... I'm importing a lot of gin right now, and I'd love to be producing my own liquor. What's the type of liquor that's native to Belgium? Let me know in the comments. I think we can squeeze one more construction sector out of our current situation, so let's build one more. My ability to produce my construction output is really shabby right now. And that's part of why... Ooh, we're in a righteous government this time around. So let me see. What were the changes in our politics? The Petit Bourgeois joined the Agrarian Party. The Catholic Church is continuing to be suppressed. And the Patriotic Party under the Armed Forces is doing the thing they're doing. So I'm feeling pretty good overall. These two parties are getting happier. So what if I changed my laws? I could go from mercantilism to free trade. I think that's likely to be a mistake at this stage. The landowners are going to be mad, but I don't need to care about them. But the rural folk are going to be pretty not super pleased about that. On the other hand, I can go to guaranteed liberties. Petit bourgeois are going to make that a problem. Everyone would be happy with poor laws, pretty much. Except for the landowners, but again, I don't need to care about those landowners. I don't need to care about those old landowners. I could go to colonial resettlement. Rural folk will be upset with this, but armed forces will be happy. Can I get the armed forces into the government right now? I could swap the intelligentsia for them, but I do like having a righteous government. That's a lot of loyalists very early on, and that's a boon for sure. What kind of a guy are you? You're a royalist. Oh my goodness. A torrent of gin and beer. The Free Trade Party's anti-alcohol policy is hurting their electoral prospects, as scores of thirsty voters flock to the Agrarian Party, hoping that a change in government will see an end to the country's temperance policies. Whew, glad I caught this one. Election is very close, and the Agrarian Party is projected to have a very good amount of support. Resist temptation? I'll tell you what tempts me. Shoving this boot here up your moralizing teetotalers you-know-wheres. I want a drink, I'll have a drink, and if you shan't let me, I'll go to those who will. No beer, no vote, 30% momentum for the agrarians, or run a smear campaign against those immoral bacchanalians. Reduce momentum for the Free Trade Party, increase momentum for the agrarians. I'll do the second one. I think that's the best I'm going to get out of this situation. Free Trade Party is good for what I'm currently doing. So there's the election. So what does the situation look like now? Okay, we're much less legitimate. We do have a free reform available. Alright, we're actually in an unacceptable government right now. So, my options are basically, I can stay as I am with the liberals in charge. I can bring the armed forces in alongside the industrialists. That would let me do some useful things. Or I could push the industrialists and the intelligentsia out and bring in the petit bourgeois, the intelligentsia and the industrialists I can push out and bring in the petit bourgeois, the rural folk, and the armed forces. I think I'm going to keep the industrialists in. They're very powerful, and having the armed forces in here should be good. So, right now, let's go with dedicated police force. The rural folk do oppose this, so it could be more difficult than I'm hoping for, but it wouldn't be too difficult. Let me see, if I went to colonial resettlement, armed forces at least would be happy with that. Rural folk would be against. Oh, the rural folk are going to be a problem, I'm realizing. But we'll start with dedicated police forces and see how things go. We do have a shortage of engines. We're bringing in all the engines that we've got currently. Stuff is really expensive. Construction's really expensive, but we're just gonna have to deal with that in the medium term because that's how things are going. When you're a new country with a new economy, you can't Can't do too much building all by yourself. Population is going up. Number of loyalists is going up. How much is number of loyalists actually going up, though? Not that much. It's the ratios look good here, but this isn't actually that much of our population. Oh, we've got a fabric shortage. Oh, that's not great. Let me see. Can I produce enough of my own fabric for it to not be an issue? Alright, I'm maxed out on fabric production at the present moment. So, where can I bring in fabric from? Let's go ahead and bring it in from Britain. I can get a good supply from Britain. And that should keep prices down as much as they can. Alright, there's a movement against police forces. So let me see. We've got an 8% success chance, 64% debate chance, no stall 27% stall chance, no advance chance. So this is going to be pretty brutal. I might not be able to make this happen, to be completely honest. In fact, to make this happen, I might need to throw these naval bases at the top of the queue. I think that's what I'm going to do. Because these naval bases need to get built. So, oh my goodness. Industrialists petition government. Representing his constituents in the Industrialists, Camille Claus has issued a formal petition to the Belgian government to pass propertied women. One last matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Well, is that it? Goodness, you seem as if you've seen a ghost. I'm sure we can spare the last hours of the light for them, can't I? I believe so, sir. They weren't taking no for an answer. Yeah, propertied women is just fine. Well, I'm gonna hit the we'll see what we can do button and go from there. Depending on how this goes, you know, this seems incredibly unlikely to happen at the moment. But we'll see what I can do with these naval bases. This is, of course, going to cost the government even more money, but that's okay. Victor DeVille retires. Okay, so that puts our reform... I see. Camille Claus is a reformer. He's the new industrialists guy, and that's why he wants propertied women. Well, that's just fine. Let's go ahead and bring some engines into the customs. Okay, all right, settle down. The heck? Oh, no one else has engines yet. Okay, well, never mind. I guess the only thing we're going to be able to do is build ourselves a motor industry. So that is what it is. Wow, we got an early success. All right, I'm going to take that as a sign that I should keep going with this, because that seems like the right call. However, it is the end of 1836. Slightly shorter episode, but that's okay. I'm going to call it right here, and we'll go... Before we do that, though, I'm going to suppress the agrarian party, because I think the rural folk, because I think they're going to be a problem. And, yeah, we'll get working more next time. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun. And I'll see you on the other side.